I sometimes feel that I am impersonating the dark subconscious of the whole human race.
Welcome, one and all, to the Kevin Booker Show. You know what you're in for. And here he comes once again, Kevin Booker.
You know, I could just jam that for like a half hour and not say a word. Just let it roll. Sounds kind of quiet today, though, so I figured I better come on and say something. Don't know why it's so quiet, but it is so quiet. Maybe that'll help a little. Welcome back, everybody that's been around and wondered where the hell I've been. My most humble apologies to my loyal listeners. All two of you. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this done now. Hey everybody, Kevo Booker here. Don't forget to keep up with the crazies. Follow Audacity_radio on Spreaker.com, Facebook.com, and Twitter. Or subscribe in the podcast section of the iTunes store. Contact us at audacityradio@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out audacityradio.com. Well, now wasn't that fun? All right, so I have some news to bring. This is news that I heard on CNN.com, and I got to tell you the truth, I think this is some of the best news that I have heard of the new year, because this is truly a good idea. All right, check it out. Here we go. Or maybe I was just kidding. I thought, here we go. Now, here we
Dan,
go.
obviously we've seen this before. So many people choosing to use this as a forum to launch all sorts of things like phablets. Run us through the latest trends, because obviously that affects these companies and their stock prices going forward.
Well, you know, it's really interesting to get a sense of the trends here at CES. You know, car automation is a big thing. Home automation, this is using your smartphone for different things. But one technology I want to focus on now, it deals with a problem, Nina, that we all have. And that's when we get our cell phones and our tablets wet. If that happens, if you accidentally take them in the swimming pool, you know that they're ruined. Well, a company called Liquipel is trying to make that problem a thing of the past, and this is Sam Winkler who's going to explain what this technology is.
So Liquipel is a water-safe technology. It's a nano coating. It's 1,000 times thinner than human hair, so you cannot see it, you cannot feel it. It doesn't affect the functionality of the electronics. However, it does protect your electronics against accidental exposure to liquid. So you're a hiker, you drop in the lake, you get pushed in the pool, humid environments, rain, you will be protected with Liquipel 2.0.
All right, and you're going to prove it to us, right?
I will prove it to you. So here we have an iPhone 5. As you can see, it doesn't look any different, doesn't feel any different. All the ports are open. However, and it's not just iPhones, we can do tablets, computers, headphones. So if you come in contact, you get pushed in the pool all of a sudden.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's a coating that's on the phone, and it protects it from accidental spills, as you say.
Yes, anything. I mean, whether it's a coffee, dropping it in a coffee cup, or whether it's spilling a drink on it, you will be protected once you get it coated with LiquidPel.
All right, now the question for folks at home watching this is, how do they get it?
You go to www.liquipel.com, LIQUIPEL. You can actually order it online. We are also in Malaysia, Hong Kong, about to be in China, and Australia, so you can actually get it there as well.
All right, Nina, and I'm going to do this just so I can. You can see I have a phone here. There you go, right in the water. Pretty amazing when you think about it. It's a problem that a lot of us have, getting our phones wet. So LiquidPel is a coating, as you heard him say, it's thinner than a human hair, and it protects your phone from going in the water. Absolutely amazing. We're going to be here for the next couple of days. We're going to be trying to find technologies like this that really have an implication, a practical implication for everyday lives. And so we'll be bringing them to you today and tomorrow.
Now that is innovation we need. No more dead phones. These stupid phone companies won't ever give you insurance for water damage anyway. So why not take this time to go get you a LiquidPel, which I am fully intending on doing, and then you can go out, throw your phone in a lake, and pick it up and dry it off and call somebody, instead of being stuck wherever you are, having to go and beg and plead with the phone company, who's, I guess I should say, service provider, so I don't sound so antiquated. Go check out the service provider and beg and plead to have your phone replaced, as they tell you that your insurance is no good here, unfortunately, because for whatever reason, they don't cover water. They'll cover everything else. So for me, I'm super hopped up about this thing. Not to mention, before the advent of smartphones, I had a flip phone that to me was the coolest flip phone I ever had. Actually, the coolest phone up until I got my iPhone. And I'm telling you the truth. This thing did not work after I dropped it right into a glass of tea that was sitting between my legs in my car. I don't know why. But it didn't. Man, that was a bad, bad night. I will not forget that night. But hopefully with LiquidPel, I'll never have to repeat it. That's some free advertisement for these people. But the only reason I'm giving them this free advertisement is because that's a good invention, man. I'm telling you the truth. I think everybody who has a phone, a tablet, a laptop, any of that puts it in a circumstance of getting wet should get some kind of protection from it, don't you think? But anyway, that was my immediate news. I was excited about that, so I figured I'd share it with you. The Atlanta Falcons, for those of us in the Southeast, who seem to be rapidly becoming more popular, but we'll get to that in a minute. The Falcons have made it past the first round of the playoffs, made it past the second round of the playoffs, and now get to go play for the NFC Championship. This is a first in a long time for the Atlanta Falcons. So to everybody out there pulling for Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez and Roddy White, all that crowd, there you go. Congratulations to our Falcons in a truly last-second victory over the Seahawks in a game that they should not have won. If anybody saw it, good Lord. My wife left at halftime. It was 20-0 Atlanta. And she said, well, I wasn't even going to come back in here and watch this, but what's going on? Next thing you know, it's 27-28 Seattle. Atlanta gets the football, drives down the field just far enough, kicks a field goal, which misses, but somebody on the Seahawks sideline had called timeout, so that kick didn't count. Then they turn around and kick another one. Oh, man. That one went 45-yard field goal or 49-yard field goal. Went right through the uprights. Seattle gets the ball back. does one little rinky-dink short play. I did not understand what was happening there. Then had the chance for the Hail Mary to the end zone. Throw the ball down the field, intercepted by the Falcons. Into the game, and the Falcons finally moved to the NFC Championship. Way to go, Atlanta. Anyway, getting back to what I was going to say a second ago. All right, Swamp People came out. Everybody loved it. Honey Boo Boo's dumbass is on TV. Everybody seems to love it. Then you got Moonshiners that came out. Everybody seems to love it. These old hillbillies. Misrepresentations of the South that if the only thing you see are these shows, then you're going to think everybody down here is ridiculous, shacked up in a log cabin making moonshine and going out hunting for alligators. That is not the case. I know it probably seems that way, but it's really not the case. And now, this my big redneck vacation or some shit? Come on, man. That's got to go. And this idiot on the commercial saying, "You're welcome, America." The hell is that? I promise, not everybody in the South is that way. People are going to stop visiting down here. They're going to think everybody plays a banjo and has a shotgun on their fucking dashboard. We're not all that way, I promise. There's a little bit of civilization down here. A civilization influxed with those rednecks that you see. But a little civilization nonetheless. It's crazy, man. I don't understand what is the whole big turn on suddenly. And then I started thinking, well, maybe, we had the Real Housewives and we saw all that and all these other, My Wedding and Fix My House and all this shit. Well, now people are unraveling the mysteries of the South, is all I can assume. There are really no bigger mysteries in the South than the people that live like the people on the TV shows. Because a majority of us in the South watch these shows with our mouths hanging open going, good. Maybe we're going, Garley. But we look at it and we're just like, man, is this really going on here? And apparently it is really going on. I mean, now they've got a new shrimping show or something from Louisiana coming up. And it would not surprise me in the least if we're looking at a competitive company to Discovery Channel, who put out the first one with Swamp People and then Moonshiners. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see if this was competition coming in. I haven't even looked, I'm telling you true. But it makes me wonder, what in the hell is the South up to? I've been to New Orleans. I've never seen anybody like Swamp People. I've seen some Cajuns. Actually, the craziest story about New Orleans that I was there for the Sugar Bowl, walking through the French Quarter. I may have told some of you this before. I go by two bums on the sidewalk, playing guitar and sitting there. They look like Jerry Garcia and Dave Grisman in Grateful Dog. So they're sitting on the sidewalk. They don't ask me for anything other than spare change, any extra money that I might could have that I could toss to them. And I just told them, sorry, fellas, I'm carrying card only, which is true when I'm on vacation. I don't fool around with cash in the country. So these guys say, well, that's okay. And they're still playing music along. And one of them says, hey, man, you want a drink? And they hold up a huge bottle of Courvoisier cognac. Now, if I'm going to be a street bum, that's obviously the place for me to be a street bum. Because I was like able to afford beer at Margaritaville. And these guys are sitting on the street drinking cognac. Homeless people drinking cognac. Now that's the lifestyle right there. Beg for a little money, play a little music, go buy some cognac. Sounds like a great afternoon in my book. Anyway, I was playing around a little bit with some music, so here's my newest jam.